All right, family, let's jump right in. Dear Dr. Dandridge, my name is Alana. Last Christmas Eve, my boyfriend of 4 years ended our relationship. Wow. We were supposed to exchange gifts and spend the night watching old Christmas movies like we always did. But instead, he told me he wasn't in love anymore. The lights on the tree looked different after that. Too bright, too cheerful. I remember sitting on the couch with wrapping paper still on the floor, wondering how love could end on the very night that's supposed to be about hope and joy. My family tried to cheer me up, but all I could feel was the loss, not just of him, but of the future I thought we were building. I know it's not the same as death, but it felt like something inside me died that night too. How do I face Christmas now when all it reminds me of is heartbreak? Wow, Alana, let's unpack this. Number one, thank you for acknowledging the fact that grief does not just take place when we lose somebody by way of death. Holidays are hard, especially when we experience change and loss. Holidays become even more difficult when relationships change around that time. Number one, that's hard. It's hard for you to be expecting to exchange gifts with someone the very next day and they choose to break up with you the day before. I mean, we used to joke about it years ago that people would break up right before Christmas and right before Valentine's Day so that they wouldn't have to buy a gift. But you all were together for 4 years, and it appears as though you and him were really invested, and something changed. He does not owe you an explanation, and you do not owe him an explanation. I want you to hear that first. The only person that you should be consulting with right now is your heart. You've got to take care of you. It's hard to experience a breakup. And like you said, you're you're not just grieving the loss of the relationship, you're grieving the fact that you thought this was going to work. You thought, I'm sure, that this was going to be forever. You thought that he was probably the one. You probably, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, you probably expected an engagement ring one Christmas, but now that expectation is gone. Now that reality is gone. And it's okay for you to feel upset. It is okay for you to feel angry. It is okay for you to not want to be bothered with anyone during the holiday. While you're grieving, it is perfectly okay. It is good that your family wanted to, cheer you up, make you feel better or whatnot. But I would encourage you to be honest. I would encourage you to take this Christmas and maybe next Christmas, and depending upon how you're feeling, the Christmas after that, to yourself. Buy yourself some gifts. Don't get into another relationship. Really experience and go through this process of grief during the holidays by yourself. Okay, I wrote down a couple of other things that I want you to try as well, and I'm gonna get to that in a minute, but I want to speak to the fact that there are many people who go through breakups, who go through divorces around the holidays, and it is difficult, especially when the holidays have portrayed to us, people getting together and love and happiness and joy and family or whatnot. It's hard being single during the holidays for a lot of people. A lot of people grieve relationships that have broken up. And then a lot of people are grieving just not being in a relationship at all during the holidays. Here's a couple of things that I want you to consider as you navigate holiday heartbreak. Number one, create your own ritual of release. I don't know if you've done this, but I write this inside of designing your goodbyes. Journaling and writing are very therapeutic. Write your ex a letter and let it say whatever is on your heart. I'm sure that interaction where you all parted ways might have been brief. I don't know if you all talked a lot or didn't talk a lot, but I'm sure even after that encounter, there were probably still some things on your heart. Write it down, write it to him, get it all out. And then, like I say inside of my book, decide what you want to do with it. Maybe read it out loud. You can send it to him if you want. You can symbolically burn it. You can bury it, but do something with it. The most important thing is to get these words off of your heart and onto paper and out of your soul, out of your spirit, out of your existence. Because if you don't, it is going to weigh you down. It is going to have you more stressed. It is going to have you more anxious. It is going to have you more angry. Get the words out. Journal it, write it down, and then do something with it. Okay? I also want you to reclaim your traditions. You said that you all were going to, watch Christmas movies and exchange gifts or whatnot. You can do that by yourself and with other people. He is not and was not the center of your universe. You can reclaim those traditions that you had for yourself and reclaim them in a way that when you are ready, you can share those traditions with someone else who is worthy of sharing those traditions with you. Don't think that you can't watch that holiday movie that y'all loved watching over the last 4 years. You can reclaim that movie as your own now. Don't think that you can't experience the Christmas tree lighting that you experienced with him for the past 4 years. No, you can go by yourself or go with a trusted friend, or inside of the future after you've grieved this relationship, this breakup, you can go with someone else. Reclaim some of those traditions. Okay? Another thing that you can do is spend time with people who bring calm during this holiday season, not the noise. Don't be around people who are going to bring up the memory in such a way that it's going to feel like more of a burden. If you are, and you can feel people's spirits. You can feel people's, aura, and the people that you're going to be around during the holidays, and the people that are going to remind you of him, and the people that are going to make you remember him although you don't want to remember him. I say inside of designing your goodbyes, set your boundaries. Set your boundaries with who you choose to interact with, who you choose to make your community while you are grieving. That is important. Your self-care, your self-preservation is paramount inside of this season for your own happiness, for your own joy. Okay? And then finally, I want you to give yourself permission to cry. We think that during the holiday season that it's supposed to be so joyous and so thankful and, so wonderful and so, tinsel and lollipops and elves and Santa Claus that we can't cry. No, give yourself permission to cry. Even on Christmas Eve and on Christmas Day, if that's what you're feeling, give yourself permission to cry. You're going to feel so much better after you do. Okay? Remember, endings are not failures. Sometimes they are redirections towards your next chapter. Whatever your next chapter is, whether it's the single life, whether it's getting inside of another relationship, embrace that these last 4 years are not a waste. These last 4 years have been an opportunity for you to learn more about yourself, to learn more about relationships, to learn more about other people. But then most importantly, to learn about love, how you need to be loved, how you desire to be loved, but most importantly, how you deserve to be loved. I'm going to be keeping you in my thoughts and my prayers during this holiday season. I know holiday heartbreak can be difficult, but you will make it through this holiday and holidays to come. Alana, thank you so much for writing in. Thank you for joining me at my desk. I'm Dr. Dandridge. This has been Designing Your Goodbyes, and I will see you all inside of the next episode, okay?